19 minutes gone past the hour of 12 right here from our studio. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Yes, the dial you are listening to right now. And this is Maternity Line Show. I am Zaynab Yakin. I see a couple of persons in the studio, David and Adefe. They want to take my time. A lot is going on. Yes, of course, they have messages for you. But before I bring them on Lagos, earlier today while making my way to the office, I felt a bit discombobulated because I had left my daughter's lunch box at home and the school did not call me until I was already at work, and then I started feeling confused. That confusion and the panic and disconnection just came on. And before then, right, while coming, I met a first-time mom on the bus, kind of baby, and then we got chatty, and she told me I did not ask her anything. I was playing with the baby girl and she goes, we're actually coming back from routine immunization, and I was excited. She did not know who I was, but she felt comfortable around me, and then it felt a lot more comfortable, and we got chatty, and she disclosed to me that the immunization center that she was coming from is a bit not so close to her. So it's a lot of gist. I'll be telling you all the gist maybe later on the show, maybe not today. But I was so happy, and guess what? I told her, because the baby is just 5 months old, and I told her we have a diaper giveaway for her. Big shout out to Mr. AY from UK for making this possible with me. He actually joined forces with me in making this possible. A lot we want to talk about. The conversation is the silent crisis. That's what we are discussing today. The silent crisis, understanding unsafe abortion in Lagos. Once again, the silent crisis, understanding unsafe abortion in Lagos. Yes, I do have an NGO representative of an NGO joining me on the show. She's a director. But right after this message, because we need to make money, So Adefe, here is introducing you. How are you today?
Good, and yourself?
Okay, fantastic. What message do you have for us?
Well, Lagos, did you know 1 in 3 women worldwide have experienced physical or sexual violence in their lifetime? And over 10,000 women and girls are affected daily by sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria. Say no to rape and sexual violence by marching with the Women at Risk International Foundation, WARIF, at the 2025 WARIF No Tolerance March. Date, Saturday, 6th December 2025. Time, 7 a.m. Prompt. Mustering point, Lekki Ikoyi Link Bridge. Location, Access Bank Parking Lot, Block 36, Plot 1, Admiralty Way, Lekki, Phase 1, Lagos. To register, please visit www.warifng.org. For sponsorship and partnership information, please call 0809 210 0008 or email communications@warifng.org. Repeating that information one more time. To register, please visit www.warifng.org. For sponsorship or partnership information, please call 0809 210 0008 or email communications@warifng.org. All proceeds from the march will be going to the care of survivors of rape and sexual violence at the WARIF Rape Crisis Center. Thank you.
All right, Adefe, thank you for that vital information. And this somehow takes me to the Criminal Code Amendments Bill that was passed in last month, that was passed on October. And we are still patiently waiting for the Senate to tell us what's the latest on what the Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters for further review. And then, to be fair, we understand that the country has been facing significant security and governance pressure in recent weeks. But then again, we need to know what is the other other aspects of the criminal code amendments, especially the provision on rape and child defilement. We've already understood all of that. But the one we are waiting right now, the report of the committee would also help us understand better what they are saying about unsafe abortion. Lagos, I'll be introducing my guest right after the this.
Are listening to your number.
Okay, my guest is Madam Victoria Madukwem, and she'll be talking to us right after this.
Let's talk.
Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, SEC 0209-462-1168, 0916-772-3240. Announcer, FSRCC.
The better quality long grain rice for my family, whether na white, jollof or fried rice. Mama Gold rice sabi sweet and e dey totori body with nutrients. E fine come sellense for mouth. E dey separate well for inside pot.
Lagos, are you ready? The countdown to Christmas begins at the first ever Enjoy Your Pre-Christmas Fair, happening Sunday, November 30th, 2025 at Balmoral Convention Center, Victoria Island.
A Christmas fair for everyone. Kick off the festivities with a joyous lineup of glad tidings. Enjoy soul-stirring performances from Loud Urban Choir as our hosts Bam Bam and Faiso take us on a magical journey. Dazzling dance showcases, drama, comedy, and a magical Christmas tree lighting ceremony.
Let your taste buds be the judge at our sizzling jollof cooking competition and family fair. Shop festive merch and discover surprise gifts beneath the Christmas tree.
And when the lights go down, turn up for an unforgettable after party to set the tone for Dirty December.
Enjoy your Christmas fair, Sunday, November 30th. Let the countdown begin. To register, visit www.ajoyo.org.
So my husband's boss, Chief Odogu, came visiting and I made ofen salad with Mr. Chef beef, all-purpose and crayfish cubes, plus my 2-finger crush. Odogu, who doesn't eat out, even carried takeaway. Now you do this one, oh Mr. Chef.
Savor the taste of culture with a 2-finger crush of Mr. Chef seasoning cubes. Available in chicken, beef, and all-purpose seasoning cubes. Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Chef of life.
Welcome to Nigeria Info, where the news sparks conversation.
The Miete Ala Cattle Breeders Association has condemned the sanctions against them.
Finish, we're like a sour soup waiting for someone to warm up. You have to wake up to the House of Assembly. You have to wake up to the House of Senate.
All this talk about voodoo is nonsense. If I had any authority, I'll fire him.
The football team is as bad as the economy of the country.
If you listen to both ends of the argument, whether it's the one where there is a genocide or the one where there's no genocide.
So ever since they have been saying they have been defeating and killing and the rest of them, it's like
what they are just interested in now is who is coming to their party, who is not coming to their party.
So what do we call this one now? Chibok 3.0?
This is your space to listen, share, and be heard. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
All right, Lagos, it's Maternity Line Show on 99.3 Nigeria Info. If you're just joining the show, I'm getting a message. Okay, David, wait, why are you even here to start with? Because I don't understand. You are seated very close to me. Are we doing this together?
Maybe you want me here.
I don't want you here, David, please. What exactly is the thing? I have a very serious business
today. The truth don't matter. So, you told me you like to laugh.
David.
Yes, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
decided to come up with a thing for you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Tell us what's that?
It's a comedy club, a comedy thing happening in Surulere this Sunday at exactly 7. So you will be in the area. If I don't see you there will be problem. It's at G51 pub. G51 pub is at number 12 Akobi Crescent inside Surulere. You know that's Itire side. So you definitely cannot miss it. Come through, have fun with your family, drink, eat, whatever it is. It's not ticketed, so you can just come through and see whether this guy is funny in real life. You know, there's going to be a lot of comedians there.
Okay, David Pada, the comedian. I do play for long. David, come and be going.
So you don't want me to make it?
David, come and be going.
So you don't want me to make it now?
Oh gosh. Okay. Yes, of course. I'm rooting for you. You're
supposed to be.
David. Lagos. This is not me. It's David. Please
enjoy your weekend
of the studio.
Yeah, man. More learning.
All right, Lagos. Welcome formally to Maternity Line Show. And I did tell you that today, yes, of course, my guest is live with me, albeit Zoom. Today on the show, we are breaking the silence on a painful reality in Lagos. Okay, unsafe abortion is a silent crisis. Over 610,000 unsafe abortions happen yearly, according to reports. Also, about 44.7% are classified unsafe. In Lagos, unsafe abortion has no active stop guideline. And I'm asking you, Lagos, what is this? Why is this still happening? Why are women still suffering and dying in silence? What can Lagos learn from states like Ogun with active stop guidelines? And what immediate solutions can save lives? So my guest today is Madam Victoria Madukwem, Executive Director, the Trust and Support Foundation. She is the leading voice on women's reproductive health and rights. She's here to unpack all of these questions I have even put before you, Lagos, for us on the show today. Madam Victoria, good afternoon to you, and thank you for joining quite early.
Good afternoon. I'm so happy being here.
I'm happy to have you too on the show. So, Madam Victoria, when we say silent crisis, what does it really mean? Can you unpack that for us?
Yeah, just like the topic on safe abortion.
Mm.
When you look at unsafe abortion, it's a silent crisis. What do we mean? Because it harms or kills thousands of women each year. Yet, stigma, secrecy, legal barrier prevents society from addressing it openly in an effective, safe way. This has made even the medical supervisor handicapped to provide this preventable deaths among women of reproductive age.
Okay, now with that you have told us, I understand that abortions are generally regarded as unsafe and a taboo conversation in Nigeria. And I'm wondering, why should it be like that? Okay, because from research and everything that I have done as far as Maternity Line show concerns or anything, the content on maternal health, I understand that there are times when women come down with unforeseen health challenges, and in such situation, if a woman is pregnant, there could be the possibility of not carrying a baby to term. Part of such challenge could be. And then why is it that abortion, the word abortion or the subject abortion, why is it that it is not something that is within the public domain? Because it is categorized illegal. If such conversation ever comes up, it is categorized illegal. How common are abortions in Nigeria? Why is it generally regarded as unsafe and taboo? conversation.
Thank you very much. When you look at unsafe abortion, I'm going to derive my explanation from the WHO. What does WHO says about unsafe abortion? So abortion is regarded as unsafe if it's done or aimed by a known person, a professional person who have that medical skill, and in an environment that does not meet the medical standard.
Please, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to do this. I'm getting a message that your camera is not well placed. And I hope you are not in an empty room because your voice is echoing, sort of.
Okay, I'm presently in an empty room because I don't want distraction.
Okay.
I should.
Your camera. Let's fix your camera first. Oh, I think it's better now. Yes, it's better now. Temitope will let me know because he just signaled me. Okay, yes, he told me that's fine right now. All right, thank you, Temitope.
So in Nigeria, abortion is legally restricted. That is, it's only allowed to save the life of a woman when this life is in danger. That is only when abortion is allowed in Nigeria. And we have seen that statistically, in every abortion that happened, women died from safe abortion. Gumacha Institute says that in 1.25 million induced abortion in Nigeria, that study happened in 2012. That's equivalent of 33 abortion per 1,000 deaths occurs among women of reproductive age 15 to 49. This has become a major health crisis. So in Nigeria, we have also seen that many women source for abortion, whether it's legally restricted or is not legally restricted, whether there's stigma or there's no stigma, women source for abortion. And abortion, because the abortion rate in Nigeria is so high,
I know,
due to the fact that there's a legal restriction, women source for abortion in a secrecy way, putting their life in danger, putting their health in danger. Complications arise from these unsafe methods.
Okay, you are stopping there already. For over a couple of times while you were speaking, you mentioned abortion is legally restricted in Nigeria. And this takes me back to part of what I already established during my introduction, which has to do with the Criminal Code amendments, especially the one that is tentatively suspended. I know that for now we are waiting for committee's report. You remember on October 2nd or so, the Senate signed a bill where abortion was was suspended. Yes, pending the time committee on Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters to do review. Now, there is no credible report just yet, no official communication from Nigeria's Senate indicating that the committee has completed its work or submitted any recommendation. And I did touch on the fact that we understand what's going on right now in the country, which is insecurity issue. That may, in a way, undoubtedly may have shifted attention of the Senate, right? And part of the questions I have here planned to ask you is this: why is this still being regarded illegal? What are the economic and social impacts on families when unsafe abortion leads to complication? And then how does restrictive abortion law, I think that's the question now, how does restrictive abortion law contribute to the prevalence of unsafe abortion? Because we are still waiting.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, the restrictive abortion law, like I said earlier, have not stopped women from procuring an abortion in any way. Women still want. We also need to look at why are they also um, kind of opting for abortion. One, sometimes it's economic factor.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's stigma associated with the community. Sometimes these young girls feel like they betrayed their parents, parental betrayal. You know, a child that is meant to be in school and then she finds herself in with somebody called a lover, and at the end, it results to pregnancy, which they was not planned for. So the young girl, most of the times, are left to bear the burden
Mm.
of the pregnancy, and she actually is not also prepared. So it's and the economic factor aspect of it have
Mm.
to also look at the emergency. Yeah, because once a woman is pregnant and go for an unsafe abortion,
Mm.
definitely there will be emergency cases. It results into emergency. And when it comes into emergency, it has to do with finance.
Mm.
Yeah, because we just see this lady sourcing for money in the hospital because it will be regarded as emergency in the hospital because there's excessive bleeding and the doctors are trying as much as possible to rescue the life of this person. So the economic aspect of it, emergency is not a play child issue.
Mm.
If you have the intensive, if it has to be intensive, you ask for substantial amount of money
Mm.
to save the life of this woman or young girl in problem.
Mm.
So we also look at the fact that apart from the fact that the hospitals are demanding bill, where will this money come from? Economically, it has to do with the finance of the family.
Mm.
The family have to now source for money, and it kind of restricts some aspects uh, um, of of other things that needed to be uh, that the finance need to kind of take care of, like school fees. They have to suspend that. They will suspend probably the food in the house, um, trying to cater for the person in the health in the hospital. So this actually affects the economic aspect.
Mm.
And when you look at it social wise, you see that a lot of people start blame game.
Mm.
Yeah, they blame the person. And if that unsafe abortion result to complication,
Mm.
that is another issue. That woman might have to live without complication for over a year. It can result to infertility. It can
Mm.
also result to
Mm.
infection, which can
Mm.
also be long-term infections. So all these are part of the problem associated with unsafe abortion. And still, we find out that it's still restricted. Like you rightly said, the last time the Senate brought up the bill, and that is to stifle those who supply instruments or any pills to help save a woman that is in need of abortion, post-abortion care or abortion services.
Mm.
It was Stephen, they wanted it to be more Stephen. But then I was so happy that a lot of Senate in that space
Right.
actually kick against it because sometimes the healthcare provider who also wants to give that care will also be affected because he can't also procure this instrument or the pills or whatever services you want to give. He will be punished.
Mm.
So the law will punish them, and probably the insecurity has also make middle down everything that the students are facing more of the insecurity we are having, the bandits and the kidnapping issue.
Mm.
And probably that has not made them bring this to limelight again. But then there's need to even allow the stop guideline that is suspended by Lagos State
Mm.
to see the daylight again so that it can help reduce maternal mortality in the state.
Mm. Thank you, Madam Victoria. Lagos, we are discussing uh, the silent crisis, understanding unsafe abortion in Lagos. Okay, and Madam Victoria has touched on quite a bit. I would love for us, Madam Victoria, to tell us what does stop mean, because this is like the fourth or fifth time we've mentioned that on the show, and people might be wondering, what does that even mean? I know.
Okay. Stop means safe termination of pregnancy for legal indication.
You hear that? Safe termination of pregnancy.
Termination of pregnancy for legal indication.
So that's what we are talking about. And she is a leading voice on women's reproductive health and rights. So she's the right person for this conversation. And just so you know that while the Senate has yet to lay its report yet, it's important to say this, that Nigeria's current security challenges have clearly shifted the national focus, undoubtedly. But that would not hold us from having this conversation anyway. Okay. So if you have any question before I proceed to more questions with my guest, the numbers to call are 0201 465 7190. That's female only line. I called it first on purpose. The female line is 0201 2770993 and WhatsApp line is 0809 597 5805. Lagos, this is a conversation. If you really want to understand what is behind every unsafe abortion, because I understand is a family living with the consequences. If you don't unpack this, or if you don't clarify, or if you don't understand this, our guest is here to tell us. Now, Madam Victoria, from your field experience, what are some of the emotional, social, and even financial impacts? I remember you touched on that earlier, a bit on that earlier, while you were talking about the financial, the economic aspect of it. Now, from your field experience, deliberately, what are some of the emotional, social, and even financial impact families face when unsafe abortions lead to complication?
Yeah, just like I said earlier,
Mm.
when it comes to the emotional aspect, there's already a betrayal from the parental angle. They feel like this child has betrayed us. He has brought shame to the family. See what we are facing now. So financially, this lady have to be treated in the hospital as a post-abortion care.
Mm.
So most times it's trickled down to emergency. And when it happens like this, the family have to look for funds to support this lady.
Mm.
And how would they look for the fund? Sometimes family has budget. So definitely their budget will be kind of changed systematically. Why? To save the life of the woman or to save the life of the young girl.
Right.
Now, part of the thing is there is that, it was not earlier budgeted for.
Mm.
So all the medical bills have to be paid.
Mm.
If the woman needs additional blood, it has to be paid. So where would this fund come from?
Mm.
Definitely from other sources or other planned sources.
Which may be draining.
It's either they kind of subsidy school fees, or
I understand.
they start themselves for food, or start sourcing for funds, start sourcing for savings, or touching their savings.
Because it's an emergency situation that has to
get
attended to.
That activity. So now, what that trickle down to is that a girl or their siblings that need to be in school, it's either they drop out or they have a carryover of school payment.
You see?
Or this app. Yeah. So these are part of the challenges that a family really needs to face when they have issue of unsafe abortion in the family.
All right.
When issue of emergency occurs like this.
All right. So we do have someone who has been calling consistently. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, we have Adebayo on the line.
Adebayo, welcome.
Yes. So, please, I want to ask you,
Please go ahead.
Perhaps maybe what are the organization doing, or what is the government, the arms of government schedule with this kind of responsibility doing regarding the impact of maybe social, how do I call it, social, cultural, and even also technological advancements. What are the impacts that's done, regarding this state of abortion, state of undue pregnancy, and all sort of sexual things. Why I'm saying that is that, when we are growing up, we have limited access to information and to, the internet, let me use that word. And as such, when our parents, told us then that don't do this, don't near a lady, or even as our sister, don't near a
go
girl,
near
you get
man.
pregnant. You understand now? So that kind of, that kind of fear, that kind of even made us beyond spirituality. You understand? So make us to even run away from that kind of, because we believe that, okay, once you do it, this thing will happen to you. And again, abortion then, it was, between life and death. But now we have all these girls, they are exposed to internet, they are exposed to this social, technological. So, and once they are able to become friendly to it, in terms of access to drugs, in terms of this. So, what are have they looked at it, the impact of this? You understand what I mean? So all these school children now, all this, you see what is happening within the circle. You actually pray to have a girl child.
All right.
You understand? So I want to ask, what is the government looking at that angle as to, curb these menace, or what is that their organization doing? Because too much knowledge, I think it has even done more harm than good, especially to these our young girls.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. Madam Victoria, do you want to attend to that question, or you want me to go to another question that is very similar in nature that I have?
Okay, let's have this.
Okay, so the question is, I understand Ogun is actively implementing the STOP guideline. Right now, let's marry this with the question just asked by my listener. From your observation or available feedback, has it made any difference in reducing unsafe abortion complication or maternal death? And we would love to know, bringing it back to Lagos, what practical lessons can we borrow from Ogun State to make our own system better?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, for our organization, we are doing a lot of advocacy to let the government know that there's a crisis, that abortion is not just a medical care issue. It has come to a point where it has become a social issue. It's a public health care issue now. So we'll be doing a lot of advocacy, doing a lot of lobbying, sensitization, especially in Lagos State, to lift up the suspension of the STOP guideline. So even though abortion remains legally restricted, at least the STOP guideline acknowledge the fact that it's a guide for healthcare workers, and it lets, and then it makes clarity on when abortion needs to be performed, and who and how. All these things are spelled in the guideline. The STOP guideline, the safe termination of pregnancy, is not a document to legalize abortion. Does not legalize abortion. So, Ogun State, I love the Commissioner for Women Affairs. She's just a compassionate woman. She takes the problem of women. In fact, she has this passion.
Just like yourself.
She has this passion for women's health. So we've been doing a lot of advocacy, and recently Ogun State conducted the research and found out that a lot of young girls are having lost their womb. Let me just come in a layman term. They removed their womb, and that is total infertility. A lot of them are dying. So they needed to carry out a research, and at the research, they found out that unsafe abortion was one of the leading causes of these young girls' deaths. So they decided to expand the guideline.
Okay.
They expanded the guideline in case of rape, incest, and gender-based violence.
I know we have an episode on stop guideline itself, so we are going to be talking more on that when we get to that episode because we're about 3 minutes away from our next advert. How is Lagos State tapping from this from Ogun State in terms of this unsafe abortion subject?
Yeah, for now, the guidelines still remain suspended. So, but then we need to take some lessons from Ogun State. How are they able to domesticate the stop guideline? And how were they able to kind of allow the stop guideline to have the daylight? It's one is because they ensure that a lot of stakeholders we are engaged, we are involved in the stop guideline before they launch the stop guideline. They have the religious people were on board. They bring in the civil society organization. They brought in the healthcare providers who are the custodians of the document that actually needs to use this document in place. And a lot of ministries that actually have one thing to do or the other were also brought on board to ensure that this stop guideline see the daylight. And they've used that and also empowered their service providers. A lot of sensitization are going on with the service providers in different health facilities. And in fact, the stop guideline was even made into an abridged form so that it's not a deep document that they find difficult to start searching. So it's just a small pocket size. It has been formed into a small pocket size, whereby it's help the healthcare worker to quickly flip into what is obtainable and under what provision is cheaper performing this safe method. This has helped reduce a lot when it comes to maternal death. It has lessened complication. And it has also reduced unsafe abortion within
that's exciting.
So I think Lagos State should tap into this.
All right.
So also suspension.
All right, Lagos, I have a message here. Before the message, I'd love to ask, do you know or have you or someone you know ever delayed going to the hospital out of fear of being judged? Do you think Lagos should reinstate the stop guideline? What do you think pushes young girls into unsafe abortion? Just like my caller asked, right? Very similar to his question. Is it ignorant? Is it fear caused or something else? Also, does stigma around reproductive health in your community help women or harm them? I have this question before the advert real quick. This one is from Zakio. Zakio says, good afternoon. Zaynab, well done. And well done to Madam Victoria and her foundation. I like the fact that unsafe abortion or general conversation on reproductive health as regards abortion is being given projection, particularly on your station. This is the best station to be. Well done, Zaynab. Lagos, thank you so much, Zakio. We'll be right back.
We're back.
We're back.
Okay, they said we are back already. Yes, the conversation is the silent crisis, understanding unsafe abortion in Lagos. And of course, my guest has been taking us through all what we need to understand. Madam Victoria, now I would love to ask, how does stigma around abortion, especially from community, religion, or even health workers, prevent women from getting safe care or post-abortion help?
Yeah, when it comes to stigma, you know, we are in Nigeria, I would say we are more religious, we are more cultural sensitive, and we have this slogan, they call it Tobashewo. It's a project we also conducted recently.
Tobashewo.
Yeah, Tobashewo. That is, if it were, you know, most times it's always good to backlash somebody and give the person a wrong name. But then sometimes we look at why we need to put ourselves in the shoe of this person. why did this lady or why did this woman go for abortion in the first place? I want to say this is what that is for abortion or want to terminate her pregnancy. Why? First, if you ask them,
we're out of time.
Yeah. So they will tell you that sometimes it's economic factor, sometimes it's like I said, the parental judgment, the stigma within the community, because we are seeing as two religious people that abortion is killing babies.
I'm afraid we have to go, Madam Victoria. Meanwhile, I have a question here. The question is from Tayo. Tayo is messaging from K2. Tayo says, good afternoon, Madam Victoria. Please, how can our hospitals in Lagos be allowing women when they come to their hospital, especially like Zaynab mentioned, that this pregnancy is affecting their lives and it has to be terminated? Is it something that is meant to be loud, or is it something that you have to go district to discuss with doctors? Hey, from K2.
Yeah, so from K2, I would say that the stop guideline will have helped a lot. But then the stop guideline, the safe termination of pregnancy still allowed for some indication
More callers, unfortunately.
When the mother's life is at risk and when the digestion. So
we have to go. We have to revisit this conversation because I see people calling again. I'm seeing 2 callers right now. I'm so sorry, Madam Victoria. Thank you for lending your voice and expertise on the show today. Your clarity has really helped us to understand this, even the stop guideline. Lagos, thank you so much for doing this with us. Boluwatife is live in the studio. I'm so sorry. We have to go.
Thank you, Boluwatife. Thank you.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.